Here is another what I call teaching video, and I want to talk about the suit of cups. So in the suit of cups, we're talking about Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So we're going over the emotional landscape. So the Ace of Cups is going to talk to us about Cancer season. Cancer season can be anytime it appears in a reading. It's like the it's like the opening of the heart. If you're asking for a special time in the year, then we're talking about Cancer season. But Cancer season is anytime your heart is open and you're ready to start that journey, and you've got that opportunity to open up. This could well be the beginning of a new relationship. It can be a pregnancy. It's something where a new seed is being planted for something to emerge. So typically, well, according to this tarot, we're seeing here a meeting of the souls, a meeting of the heart, a meeting of the minds, and it's saying, let us cheer, let us raise our glasses in a toast to this new love. Cheers, brindis al amor, right? This is Venus in Cancer. Venus loves to be in Cancer because they feel very comfortable because it's exalted in Cancer. And Cancer has to do with the showing of love and affection. And it is at the beginning stage because this is a cardinal sign. So therefore, cards 2, 3, and 4 are going to show you the beginning of a new relationship. And when new relationships begin, I only have eyes for you. I only want to talk to you, see you, do everything with you. And between us grows there's this passion thing. And what we don't realize is that relationships come into our lives for us to heal. But before they do that, a whole pile of other things have to happen. And there has to be some kind of attraction. And careful out there because those things can be manipulated. All right. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the actual effect that it produces. The emotional intoxication when people that can do with people also. So we're here with Mercury in Cancer, and we want to talk Mercury to our friends, Cancer, and our family, and we have something to celebrate. So it's girls' night out, girls' night out, girls' night out. Okay, we're heading out to go tell it on the mountain, right? And we're going to celebrate. It could also be that here we decide to get engaged and we get married, and I would say that is kind of soon for that. But anyway, so after the love is gone, after the initial Ace of Cups has worn off, you're married, you're at home, things are stable, and you have a routine, and you're in the four walls of the house, then things start to get kind of ordinary. We're not going out to parties so much. Friends, don't come over so much, and I'm just with my arms crossed and I'm sitting on the floor and I don't want to do anything because I'm in a room with the door closed, with the four walls, surrounded by my emotions. Because this is the reality of the situation. This is the moon in Cancer. The moon in Cancer has its ups and downs. The moon is constantly changing, and so we are. When people tell you that you're moody, well, listen to me. We're all moody, all right? Because this moon spends 2.5 days in each sign, but here it's at home. So when I'm at home, I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to be by myself when the moon is in Cancer because I'm having a return. Right on. Okay, then we move over into the section of Scorpio. Scorpio is a serious sign because this sign has to do with letting go. Scorpio is fixed water. Now, fixed water that doesn't move, I've said it so many times before, becomes stagnant and has to be removed, right? Because we're not changing. I've never changed the way I feel in this card. We say, I'm going to love you until you die, until I die, because until death, because it's ruled by the death card, where the death card is. When we get married, we say, until then, until death do us part. This is exactly the marriage vows we make. Bam, 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 and it's over. And there is the river, and there is a bridge. Cross that bridge when you get to it. Bridge over troubled water is another song for this card. So here we are in Mars in Scorpio. What does that mean? It means that something is broken. My cups have fallen. And whatever is there is leaking out. So my soul has a leak. My eyes, I'm crying. It's not easy. I'm not seeing these two cups that are behind there, so there is some hope left. But this one, you know, the party is over. It's like how that song go by Kevin Johansson, Fin de Fiesta. The party is over. And I'm going to show you the major arcanas that tell us about what happened there. So we're going to have to look for Mars now. Here, here is Mars, and here is Scorpio. It's over. Can I tell you? It's over and done. There is no going back. If we go back, we're going to have to rebuild from zero. And that can happen, right? When you get to the Sun in Scorpio and you get a reconciliation. When we reconcile with someone, we're very childlike, you know, and because this could be the card. They always say this is the past life card because Scorpio has to do with death and rebirth. And also it could be somebody from your childhood, you know, but we're like two children, you know, we're giving flowers and everything is being made up here. So that's wonderful. After Mars in Scorpio, we get a reprieve, right? Or this is a card of friendship also. A friend extends their helping hand to help us. Helping hand. Okay. I can't stop thinking about music. What am I name? With a little help from our friends. Then the next card we have is Venus in Scorpio. Now this is a card to be careful with. Venus in Scorpio has many, many meanings. But here we are, because of this reconciliation, we are now with our head in the clouds. When you head in the clouds, you don't make the best decisions. And she can't make the best decisions because this is just a fantasy. It's a fantasy. It's things floating in the air. And she's having her back to the present. And she's dreaming about the future. I call this the card of great expectations. And when we have great expectations, we're always disillusioned because we're projecting, you know, what we think this person is, what they want us to give us, a whole pile of crappy to-dos, because it has to do with the 7th house, right? And it's like, oh, he said so, cut the craps, right? I don't want to hear it. We're not going there. So I have a bias according to this card, you know, because it's all good. Use this for your creativity. Use your imagination. Write a story. You are being given options, you know. They're being showing you how many other options your love also has. So careful with this card too. You're not seeing it. What is behind those clouds? It's like, what's behind here? We soon get to that. So be careful with this card because your emotions might get the better of you because they are like devouring you. Now, if you're asking about anything about this person is psychic, you see, they can see everything. I'm just telling you. Okay, so now we get to the next card now, 8, 9, and 10 of Cups, where we're entering the Pisces domain. So this is what is going to happen when Saturn goes into Pisces. He's leaving behind Aquarius. He's leaving the air behind and he's going for a swim in the deep waters of Pisces. He is going to surrender the earthly reality to the watery realm of Neptune. Neptune is going to have the say now. He's going to show Saturn a different reality. The invisible realm he's going to show him, right? And it's also an eclipse. That's what I tell you. I've said it before. This is a total eclipse of the heart card. So he's walking towards that. It's a solemn walk. And it's a walk that is saying, you know, we've completed a cycle. You know, Saturn says, I've completed my cycle in Aquarius. Now I'm going into Pisces. And it's actually happening soon, for coming to a theater near you, coming to a soul level near you. So Pisces are endings. A lot of things end in Pisces before they begin again in Aquarius, in Aquarius, in Aries, right? So, and Saturn is our limits. So we can't go no further. They're saying whatever goes into Pisces has to be dissolved. It has to, you know, dissolve, right? And we have to walk towards, because we're walking towards new beginnings. So before we do that, we go through the dark night of the soul. This is like the moon card, right? And this is the hermit with his baston walking through. Then we come to the Nine of Cups, which I believe is Jupiter in Pisces. Now, Jupiter is very happy in Pisces because he's the classical ruler and he exaggerates everything. So there's going to be exaggerated water here. Our feelings exaggerated. We're going to be very happy, very content. But she looks to me like she's sitting in a bar. So this is we call the alcoholic card. Be very careful of your liquid alcohol consumption. Also, they say that there's this thing that's going on behind her. What is underneath? What is it that we can't see? What skeletons are in this closet? It depends on the kind of reading you're doing. But this card says, I did the work. I went into the dark cave of the Six of Swords, walked myself through the moon, through the dark night of the soul, through the river Styx. And what did I find when I came out at the tip of the mountain on the other side? I found myself. And I'm quite happy to be by myself, loving myself, being myself. So my emotions are expanded at this time. And when my emotions are expanded, my creativity is expanded. And the confidence that I have in life is expanded. And in Pisces, well, Jupiter spent his time in Pisces and he's left a good taste in our mouth for you Pisces people. Now we come to Mars in Aries. What? No man, Anto. Mars in Pisces. This is the last decan of Pisces. What is Mars doing here? He's preparing us to go into Aries. He's saying, now it's time to close this cycle, say goodbye. But I'm so glad because I've reunited with my family and my friends. It's not a time for fighting. I mean, Mars in Pisces can't fight. There's too much water. Understand? So water wins the show. But they say Mars in Pisces. Mars. Mars in Pisces. Okay, Mars and Pars in Pisces are weak. Are not true. They couldn't be weak. Remember, all these dignities things are just to explain something. They're not to be interpreted in a reading. Right? So this is a lot of stuff here. We're not going to go into that. But as you can see, this is how the Pisces cards move, how the Scorpio cards move. The Scorpio is a sign that is teaching us how to let go. Because Scorpio don't want to let go. He's tenacious, just like Taurus. Both of them want to have the garrus into the situation. Once you sit down in the chair, you don't want to get up. You know, once I'm in this situation, I don't want to leave it. I don't care if it's not doing well. I'm just staying there because how does it feel to walk through quicksand? That's how this card feels, to walk through the quicksand. But you got to do it, okay? Cross that bridge when you get to it, that bridge over troubled waters. And those are the mountains that I have to climb. Climb the highest mountain. Go after your destiny. Climb every mountain until you get to Von Trapp family's residence. Okay, so that's a special card to watch, especially in your love readings, okay? Especially in your love readings. And anything basically. Why can't we have, I mean, nothing here is covered. What is the card to look at? The card to look at is the one with the heart. With the wings, because like that's the angelical. But you see the snake here coming out. What else we have there? There's a rose there too. There's another snake here. There's all the jewels and all the money, and then there is wealth and success and applause from the public, and then there's a tornado. Maybe all these things come together. What will you choose? Remember that these are just projections, all right? And that's what I have to share with you about the Suit of Cups and the decans that go through it. I hope with a H, because I'm Jamaican, I hope you like it.